Hello and welcome to this informational video brought to you by 323help.com. My name is Martin Johnstone and I'll be delivering this video to you today, and we are going to cover use of leads and effective telemarketing. So in the last video I covered basically how you can have campaigns that separate out your different types of leads and how you can actually utilize lead forms on your different web pages to basically take those leads from the different campaigns that you're running. And when I say campaigns, I mean essentially the people or identities that you're capturing and the identified point of interest that they have in your business or whatever services or products you're offering, and then flowing those particular identities into a specific grouping, in this case campaign. And what I'm going to cover with you now is then how to take those particular leads and then effectively telemarket to them without any lost time, and cover some various points that are important about how to handle leads once they come. So when I last showed you how to create a campaign, I didn't cover the component or just the piece that deals with how to actually take that and make that particular campaign available in the telemarketing system. So now I'm going to follow up with that one example and show you how you can take that campaign that you created earlier, or that was created earlier in this example, and how to take that and move it over into the telemarketing system. So that within vTiger, it was as simple as tagging that particular campaign as to Vici. So I'm going to do that in this case. So I just put here, typed inside the tag cloud, I'm at a particular campaign. This is the same one that was created earlier, web Craigslist. And that's just in Los Angeles, we have a website called Craigslist, which is very popular. It's a great place for generating leads on pretty much anything you can think of, from selling old furniture all the way up over to delivering pretty advanced technology services, even to corporations. People frequently connect up on through Craigslist. So I'll just go ahead and complete that over here. I typed in to Vici. Now I'm going to tag it. And what's actually happened now in the background, you don't see it at this point, but it's actually created a new group called Eugene _ web Craigslist. You can see that here. I just clicked more information just so you can see the updated name. And the reason why it does that is Vici Dial, which is the telemarketing system that we use as a part of NoGaps, will not allow for campaigns to have the same name. So if you look here, I clicked on campaigns. This is the menu that you're looking at here is the administrator menu for Vici Dial. And you can see here there's now this Eugene web Craigslist campaign. So always prefixing the campaigns with the username allows for each campaign. The type of confusions that can take place if you have a campaign with the same name is you could have leads that are coming in off the net arbitrarily being assigned to your different to the campaigns, and you won't necessarily know exactly where they're going. So having distinct campaign names is important. And also just kind of going back here to this earlier example of, okay, yeah, here we have this contact form that people fill out. Now this is the main page of this website. This is Eugene Shackloff Productions website, and this is just a general form that people can fill out. But nonetheless, when this form gets filled out, it always goes to an exact campaign, and the campaign is identified as simply, it's the first internet or website, Eugene Shackloff website form. So I just simply named that campaign ES Web 1. So I'll go back here and show you that. Right here, Eugene _ ES Web 1. That was turned into a Vici Dial campaign or a telemarketing campaign, and that's why it was prefixed with Eugene. Okay, and this is a particular point that this has a group was created. Go back here. A group was created for the campaign that we just created. So vTiger doesn't necessarily update the privileges right away, so you actually have to log out. Once you set a campaign to work with Vici Dial, you actually have to log out, log back in to access everything inside of vTiger. So now if we go back in, we go to campaigns, you can now see the Eugene _ web Craigslist campaign. can click on that. There's currently no leads because we just created it, but just as a point to demonstrate to you here, if we go over here, we can see it. The campaign has been created inside of ViCiDial, which again is the telemarketing system. I'm going to click on it just to show you some things. By default, the system automatically has certain dial statuses brought into it, which essentially means when you're making phone calls on the telemarketing system, you need to be able to click a certain result at the end of that. So I put in some basic things like wrong number, Russian speaking, Spanish speaking, no answer, do not call, and just some of the basic things that you'll come across when calling any sort of campaign. And also over here we have this is the agent login, and this is when your telemarketers log in. What are they going to see? Or yourself if you're doing the telemarketing. And if I click on the campaign, you'll see all the campaigns that have been created and were tagged with to Vici, you can see are available here. For example, ES Web 1 and also our web Craigslist ad, or web Craigslist campaign is inside of ViCiDial. And another important point here is anytime we create leads, so I'm just going to go over to our leads section and create a lead. So let's call this dummy 1. I'll just say last name. And it'll only import the lead if you have a phone number. So I'm going to have to put a phone number in here. And the system does pull from any one of the phone or one of the two phone fields here. It won't pull from the fax number, but it'll pull from the phone number and the mobile number. And we'll just call this dummy 1. Dummy. And save. And now, so now we just created an identity in the system. This is just a lead. It's not associated with any campaign at this point. As you can see here, campaigns. There's none. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select a campaign, which is the one that we just had. And let's say, for example, this person actually called in off of a Craigslist ad, and we want to make sure that that person's allocated to that particular campaign. So as you can see here, it shows up under select campaigns. I say select campaign. Say OK. Good. Now the fellow is under our web Craigslist campaign, and if we go over here to ViCiDial, I'll go ahead and click this here, web Craigslist. Scroll down to the bottom. You'll see now this has one active list, and there's one lead in the hopper. And in case you don't know what the hopper is, it's essentially like your dial queue. Like, for example, you have a print queue. When you send print documents to the printer, they can stack up before they actually come off the printer. Well, this is very similar in that case. This is one lead in the dial queue or dial hopper. So that lead that we just entered now is ready to go. If somebody were to log in the system over here, for example, just in case you're wondering, the 808 is the extension number that's been assigned to Eugene. And I've put in his password. So that's why you see that here. I'm going to go ahead and select the web Craigslist ad. And I say submit. You can see it let me into the system immediately. And if I were to dial next number, it would dial that phony number that we put in there. So, but that's just to kind of give you a quick glimpse of what that is, and show you how fast the system is prepped for dialing. Okay, well, thank you very much. Thank you for watching this video, and please look out for more. Of course, we're going to go over all the various points on the system. If you have any questions, please post them on YouTube. You're probably watching this video on YouTube right now, so go ahead and post your comments and questions there, and I will respond as rapidly as possible.